loud and share.
I have trouble
getting Okay, we're good.
All right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tresa, and I'm here with Tierney. Our friend Denise is joining us too. And we are going to talk to you about Copaiba tonight. And what is it, and why should you care?
I am so excited to talk about this oil tonight because this, along with CBD, has been a hot topic in the health and wellness space for so long. And the more information that's coming out about Copaiba it's just blowing my mind. And I think that for so many people who are skeptical of CBD or anything that's really coming from a hemp plant or a marijuana plant is a little skeptical about getting into those. There's definitely medical benefits that have been proven and shown in different studies, but there are also very limited amount of studies that they've done off of the benefits. But the more and more studies that are coming out about Copaiba it's just blowing my mind, and that's why it's so important for us to be sharing this information for you. So Tresa and I are excited to share this with you guys tonight, and we're going to leave it a little open-ended because if you want more information, we want to encourage you to reach out to us so that we can really help to tailor a situation that works for you and what oils you might want to pair it with and how it's going to best work for your situation that you're in.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. The more I've been reading about it and learning about it and new information that's coming out, and there's a lot of studies out there and research on Copaiba. And the thing about CBD that, it's legal a lot of places, but it's not legal everywhere. And even though it's legal in a lot of states, it's not legal federally. So a lot of people still have their concerns about it. And the regulations around CBD oil aren't there yet. So, but we know, because this is a dōTERRA oil, that it is certified pure therapeutic grade. It's been tested like 14 different times, both by dōTERRA and third-party testers. And we know that that's 100% pure essential oil that has amazing health benefits.
Yeah.
So,
and what's also really important, Dr. Hill, who's on the staff of dōTERRA, he is a doctor. He was talking about how CBD has kind of a handful of different studies. They're definitely out there, and they are coming out more and more of science studies. But as far as scientific studies, there's really only a handful, whereas Copaiba has more than 100 published studies in different scientific journals and different scientific websites. So the research is really there, and it's going to continue. And also quickly, I'm pregnant right now, and I am somebody who has taken CBD in the past. My husband and I both have, and that's just our personal preference. We take it from a quality source, but right now, while I'm pregnant, I'm not comfortable taking it because it does have traces of THC no matter where you're getting it from. Or also just the sourcing of it. There's a whole lot of stuff that I could go into about CBD, but that's not really why we're here to talk just about that. But Copaiba is something that I feel 100% personally comfortable taking in my pregnancy, and especially in the first trimester when I was just nauseous, or I would wake up sometimes in the first trimester and I was just like, I'm not even sure whose body I'm in, because I would just feel so out of it. I was taking the Copaiba soft gels every single morning and night before bed, and it was helping me tremendously. I actually just took one a little while ago because I'm getting over the stomach bug and I'm still not feeling well. So I cannot stress the fact that I feel 110% comfortable taking Copaiba internally during my pregnancy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's jump in and share some information.
Great.
Okay, so Copaiba has a compound in it called BCP, which is beta-caryophyllene. It's a compound found in CBD oil that is effective for managing pain, inflammation, and overall discomfort. So the interesting contrast here is that dōTERRA's Copaiba contains 55 to 60% BCP, while CBD oil only contains up to 35% BCP. So there's a much higher concentration, and I should be pronouncing it correctly, Copaiba. That's how Dr. Hill pronounces it, and I always pronounce it incorrectly.
Right. Well, if you're from Brazil, which is where the oil comes from, you would say Copaiba. But in America, most people say Copaiba. You're right.
Okay. Well, I'll pronounce it Copaiba.
Either one's okay.
So BCP is known for its ability to modulate the body's response to inflammation and pain, injury. Like I was talking about, nausea, anything that's kind of going on that's really just a response mostly to inflammation or something that's going on systemically. BCP is able to help modulate that. And BCP has a strong protection against oxidative stress and free radical damage. And the most important piece that I took out from Dr. Hill's last presentation on Copaiba as an oil was that prevention is key for all inflammatory diseases and markers within the body. And being able to prevent it with a natural solution is huge. So Copaiba can help to prevent and help to support reducing some of these inflammatory markers in your body. So we're really excited to show you how Copaiba can help to support your body in repairing itself and how you can manage inflammation, because managing that inflammation is, like I said, a huge marker for so many diseases in the body. I mean, inflammation is linked to diabetes, arthritis, Alzheimer's, any type of disease that you would think in the body is linked back to inflammation, which can be linked to so many things like your diet and lifestyle. But being able to prevent and really manage those symptoms and triggers that are coming up is huge. So Copaiba is going to become your new best friend after tonight.
Absolutely.
So again, it's so much more different than CBD. Again, the BCP is so much higher in Copaiba than it is in a CBD oil, and there's 0 THC. One little thing, you can get CBD oil without THC, but from what I've heard, the quality of the CBD isn't always the greatest when they remove the THC. It actually turns it into a different compound. So people might not be getting the concentration of CBD that they thought they were originally getting if a body says that it's THC free. It's just some interesting information that I've been learning more and more about. Again, the conversation really isn't about CBD, but showing why Copaiba has no psychoactive effects. There's no traces of THC. There's nothing in this essential oil other than the compound that comes from the Copaiba plant. So you're getting the resin from the tree, and that's the only thing that you're getting. So you don't have to worry about any traces of anything else. You don't have to worry about supplementing with Copaiba to reduce inflammatory markers in your body and to support wellness and just overall health and vitality in your body, and then also getting in trouble at work. You don't have to worry about, oh, I took Copaiba for the past week and now I have to take a surprise drug test at work. Mm-hmm. So there's just so many benefits that you can get from Copaiba with no or little or no risks at all to you or to the security of your job. And you can be receiving the same, if not even, I would claim to say even better effects than a CBD oil that you would be getting.
So I'm assuming that most people that are listening here or watching this video later on would know what CBD oil is. Mm-hmm. But maybe we could just do a quick little comparison for them, because CBD is not an essential oil, and I don't think, maybe some people don't really understand that, but it's an isolated botanical compound that comes from either hemp or marijuana. Mm-hmm. And like I said, one of the biggest differences between CBD and dōTERRA's Copaiba is that CBD oil is not regulated. And that's because there's no federal guidelines around it, because it's not legal federally. Mm-hmm. So because of that, there's no specificity for dosage or safety of it. And there's a lot of question around that, because is it can there be synthetic forms of it out there?
Oh, for
There's a lot of
sure.
question that there's a lot of, I mean, I even heard somebody say that it could be more like snake oil, and so, there could be a lot of synthetic forms and adulterated forms out there. You don't really know what you're getting, even if it's from a really reputable source. You still can't be 100% sure unless they're showing you they're testing the way doTERRA does.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed. And you definitely can request those from companies, but I've had people reaching out from different network marketing companies that are like, oh, we're starting up with CBD or hemp extracts, and they're calling it different things, but it's all coming from the same type of a plant, and they want everybody to jump on board. And doTERRA is, again, just blowing me out of the water, but they've already come out and said that we will not be joining forces with CBD. It will not be a doTERRA product because it doesn't meet the standards that doTERRA has, which is proof in the pudding, literally, that this company cares so much about their standards, and they will not compromise on something that is not good enough.
No, the integrity of the company is just amazing, and they will
Yeah.
not. The owners have said there is no way. It's just not going to happen. It would never meet certified pure therapeutic grade standards. There's
Yep.
just no way. So, yeah, I love that about them. They're
For
really
sure.
amazing.
All right. So perfect. This is what I wanted to jump into right from here. So
Good.
we have an N-cannabinoid system. All humans and mammals have it. Dogs actually have an N-cannabinoid system as well. And there's two main receptors, the CB1 receptor and the CB2 receptor. So the CB1 receptors are located primarily within, the central nervous system and the brain. And then you've got the CB2 receptors, which are in the endocrine system and the immune system. So you're really finding the greatest concentration outside of the central nervous system of the CB2 receptors, and really in the immune system is where they're highly concentrated. So CB2 receptors have been shown to modulate, again, that acute pain, chronic inflammation, pain, post-surgical pain, and any kind of pain associated with nerve pain. So that's what the CB2 receptors are able to help modulate. But if those CB2 receptors aren't being picked up or given something that they need to help modulate that pain, you're feeling it even more. And that's where like the systemic inflammation is coming in. So the CB2 receptor, when they're activated, they may help to affect multiple different pathways in the inflammatory response in your body. So again, things like diabetes and arthritis, those are all inflammatory diseases. IBS, colitis, anything that's really showing up as inflammatory markers in your body is going to be modulated once these CB2 receptors are inhibited. And they're finding something within the body that's allowing them to uptake those chemicals so that they can work. So the activation of CB2 receptors, this is something that they talked about in the presentations, was that when the CB2 receptors are stimulated and activated, it actually enhances the activity of antioxidants and enzymes within the body. So you're getting all of these feel-good things that are going on, and it's actually helping to modulate, again, all of that pain and inflammation that's going on when these CB2 receptors are activated.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where Copaiba comes in, because it's going directly to those CB2 receptors to help modulate whatever's going on within your body.
Yeah. They said that it will help the body to establish homeostasis and control proper inflammation and protect the cells. There's an antioxidant ability to Copaiba. So it's pretty amazing stuff.
It really is. And I've definitely felt it firsthand with taking it and how it makes me feel. My mom is somebody who doesn't sleep regularly because she's been a bartender for years. So her schedule is all over the place because she doesn't work every single night. But then when she does, she's up until 3 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. I've been really getting on her case about having a regular sleep routine, but it's hard because she sleeps erratic patterns. But she has been taking Copaiba soft gel since they came out last year, probably since December. She probably didn't start right in October, but man, she cannot get enough of that stuff. And it is just so powerful what it can do. And when we get towards the back end of this presentation and we're talking about two different oils, copaiba and something else together, is something that I want to get both my parents on. So we'll get to that in just a few.
Awesome. So I want to share too that I started taking copaiba internally about a year ago when I read about a study that looked at osteoblasts in our bones, and which are the cells that are responsible for maintaining bone structure, because I was diagnosed at 40 with osteopenia and some osteoporosis in my hips. And the research shows that the beta-caryophyllene alleviates the oxidative stress and supports healthy osteoblast function. So it supports bone health. So I've been taking it internally for that on top of all the other benefits. Mm-hmm. So there's just so many things. It's really quite amazing.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah.
So this is showing, this slide is showing the difference of the different compounds that are found in something like CBD, THC, and the BCP, which we were talking about. So CBD stands for cannabidiol, which is present in low quantities, if not at all, and it doesn't really affect directly on the CB receptors, so neither the CB1 or the CB2 receptors. So most people don't always realize that. And then the THC, which is the tetrahydrocannabinol, interacts with the CB1 and CB2 receptors. It stimulates the psychoactive effects. People experience those differently. I know there will be people who will say they don't get those effects, but they're in there a little bit, and there's definitely some sort of mental effect that you do get from a THC product. So an oil containing THC is a regulatory and legal challenge because, again, like Tresa was saying in the beginning with CBD, THC is kind of the same. It's becoming legal in some states. It's not legal in others. It's not federally regulated. There's a lot of people who are doing it in a very shady way. It's been going on for years. And at the end of the day, it is a substance. So it's not regulated in the way that these dōTERRA products are regulated, which is just, it goes without saying that it's an issue. Mm-hmm. So the last one is the BCP, which we were talking about before, is the beta-caryophyllene. You get the same benefits as the other cannabinoids. And the most important part about it is the CB2 direct interaction with these oils, which is why copaiba is so powerful, and how it helps to modulate these different inflammatory responses is because it's having a direct interaction with the CB2 receptors in our body and cannabinoid system. And there is a high amount of therapeutic benefits present in BCP.
And so when people talk about cannabinoids, which is what they call CBD, they call THC, BCP is a cannabinoid. And it binds, it has the ability to bind to the CB2 receptors. And that's where it has these amazing therapeutic benefits for so many different things. Mm-hmm. Pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to jump in and talk a little bit more about using copaiba and why it's going to be so beneficial and how you can get it into your home and start using it. I wanted to keep the sciencey part stuff a little bit brief because I feel like there is a lot of information. And like I said in the beginning, Tresa and I are more than happy to jump on with anybody individually or have a one-on-one consult with anybody who wants to know more information and how we can get it into your hands and make it work for your situation that you have going on at this moment. But keeping the science at a little bit more of a brief point is more beneficial. Mm-hmm. You can go there. Okay, so how do you use copaiba? There's many different ways. So you can use it aromatically, which can be in a diffuser, smelling it. You can use it topically on your skin, and you can also take it internally, which I've already talked about. Using it in a capsule, which they're showing here at the bottom. You can put it into a veggie capsule, or dōTERRA already has the soft gels created. So they come in soft gels, which has 2 drops per soft gel already formulated for you. They're in soft gels that are just ready to take at any point. But you can actually use Copaiba to keep your skin clear and to reduce the appearance of any blemishes. I have used it on breakouts and just kind of helping to tone down any redness or inflammation again that I have on my skin, because you can have inflammatory responses coming out, which is a direct correlation of what's going on in your body, but they come out onto your skin. Most of the body can benefit from Copaiba because it helps to support the cardiovascular, immune, digestive, nervous, and immune system. So to take the most advantage of these benefits, add 1 to 2 drops to your water, to your juice, put it into your tea, put it into a capsule, or again, dōTERRA already makes Copaiba in a soft gel, which already has 2 drops in it, and they're already pre-made for you. You can just pop one in. When you're faced with a stressful day, diffusing Copaiba can help to soothe what's going on, help you feel less anxious. It has a really woodsy type of a scent. And that's, again, going back to something that people use CBD or even THC for. I've heard both of those being used for feeling anxious or worried, but there's a lot of different side effects that people can use, so it doesn't work for everybody. But Copaiba, again, is just this one single ingredient, and there aren't any side effects to using it. You don't get more anxious. You don't have any psychoactive effects that somebody might not be experiencing when they're using it and they're suggesting it to their friend, and then they're having a different reaction to it. So Copaiba is regulated where these other 2 compounds aren't. And there's so much studies about them, about Copaiba, to back up the benefits from them. So you can also add it into a calming bath, or into your body wash right before mixing it into the water. So that really covers the different ways you can be taking it. So you can use it on your skin topically, adding it into a bath, or using it on your face. You can use it aromatically in a diffuser to help you feel less anxious, or you can take it internally in a capsule or in a soft gel that's already made up for you.
Yep. Awesome. I had just a couple of spots that I just broke out a little bit last week, and I had been using Melaleuca, and then it was still kind of taking a little bit of time. I added Copaiba to it, and it was gone in a day.
It's pretty powerful.
So it is pretty powerful. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so again, this is just showing that the aromatic application that you can use it. So what's interesting on here, though, is combining it with citrus to help elevate mood. You can also add it with Siberian fir or a floral oil that was like one word there, to create relaxation. And something else that Dr. Hill had talked about was cedarwood and Copaiba. So those are 2 really woodsy smells. And I would imagine that those would go really well in a diffuser at nighttime, because cedarwood's like just so grounding, adding them together. So cedarwood and Copaiba would be really well as well in the diffuser for that aromatic application.
Yeah, that would be really amazing.
So topically, again, we talked about adding it to body wash or adding it into your bath. You can use it on your face undiluted, or you can dilute it with fractionated coconut oil. You can add most essential oils that you're using topically that do have the topically usage for them. There are some that are hot, like oregano and whatnot, but you could add Copaiba right into your face serum, your face wash, or a face lotion, whatever you're using to apply onto that affected area. Or if you've got some different inflammation or just like a skin issue that's going on in your face, you can add it right into that serum and just mix it right onto your whole face to support. You can combine it with blue tansy to soothe any red or skin irritations. And again, here I'm talking about the cedarwood. You could add the cedarwood to help support the ECM. Help me out here.
I don't know. I was thinking the cannabinoid, but it's not that.
No.
The endocrine
system, probably.
Probably.
Okay. But what else was talking about, and I'm sure this came out before convention, because this is the convention slide that's up here.
Yeah.
Dr. Hill was talking about adding copaiba to yarrow palm for skin irritations.
Mm-hmm.
I am loving how amazing yarrow palm is on
Isn't
your
it
skin.
amazing?
So I can only imagine adding yarrow palm and copaiba together, how amazing that would make my skin feel.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, is there another topical slide? No.
No, just internal.
So topically, I find copaiba is amazing for pain. Actually, the last thing that I don't take any medications for anything, and I haven't in like almost 3 years since I started using the oils. But the last thing that I was really struggling with was when once in a while I get a headache that I just can't get ahead of.
Yeah.
And nothing was working. And when Copaiba came out and I started using that and mixing that with frankincense, and if it's really bad, I'll do it topically and internally. But topically, it's amazing for me for pain. And I pulled a muscle last week in my side, and I was doing Copaiba and then putting Deep Blue Rub over it. And I'll tell you, it was amazing, the relief that I was getting from that. It really
I used
is.
copaiba, lemongrass, and then Deep Blue on top of that when I had strained my neck really bad last November and like couldn't move it. And it was just so amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. Hill also suggested copaiba on the spine to help just support and benefit your neurological system. So just adding a drop to your spine and just rubbing it in, especially if somebody else is doing it for you too, adding 1 to 2 drops and then somebody's rubbing it in, because you're just getting that hands-on experience. So that energy of somebody touching you is also very beneficial, but adding that onto your spine can just help to support the neurological systems in your body and just helping to support that whole system.
Yeah. It's amazing. Okay.
So internally, I feel like we've talked about this so much already. You can add it into a capsule. You can take it in the soft gels that's already made up. Tresa, you just mentioned about blending it with frankincense. So that can help to increase any cellular support. It has been shown to be beneficial for yourself, myself. I know some other people on the team for some headache support, any inflammation that's going on there. Yeah. You can mix it in with citrus into water. You can add it into tea. I've actually made just like a simple hot water with lemon like tea and adding copaiba into that. You can take 1 to 2 drops under the tongue, which is another benefit that if you don't have the soft gels and you have the oil. The other night we were getting ready for bed and I didn't want to come back downstairs to grab a soft gel, but I had the copaiba bottle upstairs in the bathroom. So I just added 2 drops right underneath my tongue and went to bed and slept like a baby. And you can also blend it with peppermint. So this right here is huge for somebody who has suffered with digestive issues my whole entire life and is so passionate about helping others really getting to the bottom of their digestive issues. Something that really triggered my interest when Dr. Hill was talking was the usage of blending peppermint and copaiba together, and how he was saying that could be so supportive for your digestive system, for people who suffer with IBS, IBD, colitis, Crohn's. It's just very relaxing and soothing to the digestive system. So taking it at mealtime, before mealtime, after mealtime, anytime that you've just got kind of that upset, or maybe you're having a big meal, you're bloating, adding copaiba and peppermint together, I would say in a soft gel or in a capsule would be great, or having a roller bottle already made up of those 2 oils and just rubbing it on if you're out like at a restaurant and you're starting to get a stomach ache. I mean, amazing benefits that you could be getting from those 2 oils together for your digestive system and to helping to support it.
Yeah. So another system that we haven't talked about that I know that Copaiba supports is women's reproductive system. And especially for people that have an irregular monthly cycle, for women that are having some trouble with that, it can be very supportive and helpful.
Well, I just think it's supporting so many of our regulatory systems,
Yeah.
from the central nervous system to our cardiovascular system, all of those systems. So I think that taking Copaiba internally could be beneficial for just about everyone, which is why I think it's so important that if people still have questions after this, is reaching back out to us, because we've all got different things that are going on, good or bad. And everybody needs a little support and a little pick me up. So
Yeah.
having somebody who can help coach you through to figure out what it is that you need and coming up with a protocol that works for you is really beneficial, because there are so many uses for this oil. It's very multifaceted. So
Yeah.
I think that it could help just about everybody. I think I can make that argument.
It was interesting, that presentation that we both watched, that we were talking, kind of referenced a little bit here, um, talking about all the different body systems and everything. And bottom line, he said, all of this is code for the fact that it does three things. It reduces inflammation, it reduces pain, and it protects the cells. We all need that every day, no matter how old we are, no matter what we have going on in our life, we all need those things. So it's an everyday oil that I use. My daughter uses. I think I'm going to start using it on my mom, actually. I'll probably use it topically for her, but putting it on her spine, rubbing it on her feet, it can't hurt. You know what I mean? And probably could be pretty helpful to what she's got going on.
Yeah. And I think the other biggest internal application that you could be using, I kind of foreshadowed it in the beginning, was that you can take it with turmeric. So turmeric, essential oil, and copaiba together, you're really going to get that support for inflammation in the body. So you're really going to get those two oils together combined. So Dr. Hill's suggestion is to take 2 drops turmeric and 2 drops of copaiba in a soft gel, both morning and night, to just help regulate all of those systems and modulate any inflammatory responses that are going on. So again, like we stated in the beginning, prevention is key. So not just grabbing these things when you need them. That's great. Like the other night, I had a headache. I was taking it underneath my tongue. Tresa, you were talking about the same thing. When you've got something going on, grabbing them. Of course, we want to be grabbing our oils when something's going on in the moment, but prevention is key. That's why so many people take multivitamins and medications, but there are better benefits that we could be getting from these amazing oils that come from plants in nature and all of these compounds that are just found out in the environment. So taking that 2 drops of turmeric and 2 drops of copaiba, both morning and night, as a prevention, just thinking of it as that regular multivitamin or maybe that prescription medication that you're no longer taking, to really help to support your body in a more natural and holistic way.
Yeah.
Is huge. And something else that I wanted to cover really quick was that copaiba is similar to vetiver and also to sandalwood, but because they have a very high concentration of sesquiterpenes. And what he was talking about was that these oils are actually slower to be metabolized by your body. So copaiba actually lasts longer in your body, and it's affecting more cells and more receptors, and it's able to be uptaken by more receptors because it's actually lasting in the body longer. So it's not being metabolized fast and just pushed right out of the system. It's actually staying within your system longer, so it's able to affect a lot more systems in a synergistic way. So powerful. It literally just blows my mind.
Me too. Yeah. And the turmerones and turmeric support healthy brain function too.
And just again to help protect the cells. So both of those together are just a powerhouse of protection.
Yeah. Neuroprotective, inflammation. I mean, it's just amazing.
I mean, I feel like we could go on and on and on, but again, like I've been stressing about it, I think it's just really important to share this information, get it out there, and show you how powerful copaiba really is.
Yep.
And encourage you guys to reach out, because we want to help you.
Yep.
We want to help your loved ones. Whatever you've got going on, we want to be there to help, to support you in a holistic way. And I know that there is a way to do that.
Oh, absolutely is a way to do it. And, even just checking the dōTERRA website on the science blog, you can find some great articles and information. But one-on-one, we can share even some more stories with you, and some personal testimonies or testimonies of people that we are working with. I have several, I'm sure you do too, Tierney, and really give you some more detailed information and how it can really work individually for you and help you and your loved ones to live a healthier life with natural solutions. And that's what we love to share, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys can find us on Facebook. I'm sure that's where you're coming from. If not, on Instagram. I mean, our information is out there. You can find Tresa or myself very easily. It's not going to take much to find us. So find us, reach out. We'd be happy to get you guys started.
Yeah. So thanks so much, Tierney, for all your great information. This was awesome. And yeah, just reach out to us, and please feel free to share this recording once we post it with anybody that you think needs it, and send them off to us so that we can help them.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see you guys all again next Monday night at 6:30 p.m.
Absolutely. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.